turning the page, we now have the question that says, question number 2. So that I know that you're listening to the information, I'm going to let you draw a little heart over here, kind of down towards the bottom, right there. All right, this one says the distances that 5 students ran last week are listed in the table below. So we have the student and the distance in miles. So we have Jerry, 3 and 42 hundredths. Stephen, 3 and 103 thousandths. Gus, 3 and 56 hundredths. Olivia, 3 and 2 tenths. Eric, 3 and 418 thousandths. Order the distances from greatest at the top to least at the bottom. So since this is specifically telling me to order from greatest to least, greatest at the top, least at the bottom, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually circle that information because that's super important to tune into. And now instead of making a horizontal number line, I think for this one, I'm going to go ahead and do a vertical number line. So we have the greatest all the way to the least value. Now, for this problem, it would be helpful if we had our place value chart, the one that we have that looks like this. So go ahead and pause the video and get this paper out. I think this would be helpful for you. Alrighty, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all the people and I'm going to make sure that I write their names very carefully. So we have Jerry with a G, and Jerry is 3 and 42 hundredths. We have Stephen with 3 and 103 thousandths. We have Gus with 3 and 56 hundredths. We have Olivia with 3 and 2 tenths. And then we have Eric with 3 and 418 thousandths. All right. So now that I have those pieces of information, here's what I know. That if we start with the beginning digit, they all have a number 3. So I'm going to move over to the tenths place. This is the hundredths. And this is the thousandths. And I'm going to compare. And if I'm wanting the greatest value, then right away that I see the number 5 is the greatest. So that's going to be Gus with this value. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to write Gus's value first. So Gus with 3 and 56 hundredths. Okay, I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to actually just cross Gus off. I'm done with him. I want the next greatest value, so I'm going to go right here to 4. We have 42 and we have 41, because remember, it's one digit at a time. So 42 is definitely bigger than 41, so that's going to be Jerry's amount. So I'm going to go back to my paper. I'm going to find Jerry. I'm going to write Jerry with 3 and 42 hundredths. So I've taken care of this one, and I've taken care of this one. That leaves me Eric coming in next. So I might as well write Eric right here. Eric with 3 and 418 thousandths. That leaves 2 values. We have 2 tenths versus 1 tenth, and definitely 2 tenths is bigger than 1 tenth, so that's going to be Olivia with 3 and 2 tenths, and of course we have Stephen. Okay, and so now we have our values ordered from greatest to least. And so I'm guessing when you go into Schoology, you might have to arrange these from greatest to least. Okay? All right, go ahead and make sure you go ahead and give the appropriate markings so that you have this information and you can click it up appropriately. I'll see you back for the next problem.